As the Trump administration intensifies its crackdown on immigration, an increasing number of U.S. citizens are finding themselves caught up in the sweeping actions. A recent investigation by ProPublica reveals that more than 170 American citizens have been detained by immigration agents during the first 9 months of this push. Our own Liz Landers recently spoke with the mother of one of these individuals.
A 15-year-old boy with disabilities was handcuffed outside of a Los Angeles high school in August after federal immigration agents mistakenly identified him as a suspect. The boy was waiting in a car with his mother while his sister registered for classes inside. The family is suing the Trump administration, alleging racial profiling, false arrest, and assault. Federal officials have denied any wrongdoing and say they were conducting a targeted operation. For more on what happened that day and why the family is taking legal action, we are now joined by Andrina Mejia, the boy's mother. Andrina, walk us through what happened that day. What happened when federal agents approached your car?
I was on the phone and something told me to look up when I just seen this white truck approaching my car, and it was like coming directly to me where I'm like, oh my God, like did they lose control? Like he's gonna hit my car. And I just seen these two men get off from the front, pointing their guns at me and my son, like actually at our car. I had my window a little bit down. They just came, one from my side, the other one from my son's side, and they just opened our doors. They took me out. They took my son out. All I remember me telling my son is like, don't make any movement, just follow instructions, just because in my mind, I'm like, okay, they're pointing guns. If they see my son trying to reach for something, I don't know if they're going to shoot. So I was trying to maintain him calm. And after that, I just think that they pulled him out, and I'm like, what's going on? The guy's like, oh, like we're looking for somebody and your son fits that description. So I'm like, I mean, who are you guys looking for? And they showed me a picture, and I'm like, that's not my son. Like, my son is with me at all times. So after that, they let my son come towards me. As my son was approaching me, he started crying and just hugged me. And I didn't really appreciate the comment that the guy did, where he just told my son, oh, we confuse you with somebody else, but just look at the bright side. Like, you're going to have an exciting story to tell your friends when you go back to school. I just looked at him, and as a mom, it hurt me because I was just thinking, there's nothing exciting about getting guns pointed at you.
Walk me through what it was like to hear a law enforcement officer say to you and your child that you would have an exciting story to share after they had drawn their weapons towards you.
I was really upset just because, like I said, there's nothing exciting about that. And especially, how can you be approaching somebody without first asking, oh, let me see an identification to see who you are? I mean, you just can't be targeting people just because, oh, you look like that person, or because you guys got the same color skin. Yeah, my son is a bit darker than me, but especially a minor. I mean, I'm the mom. You could approach me and be like, oh, we're looking for somebody. What's your son's name? I would have gave it to you.
How did your son react? And you have said that he is a student with disabilities. How did that shape how he understands what happened that day?
Hold on. I just hate talking about it because I get all emotional. Well, he completely doesn't understand. Like, the face that he had of confusion, it was just like, I guess he was just trying to wrap his head on like what's going on. I mean, it's not a everyday thing that somebody just randomly gets guns pointed at them, like, especially when you're not doing anything. I was just trying to explain it to him to the best of my ability, just because I know if somebody were to ask him something, he won't really understand what you guys are asking them. He has this thing where he always looks at me to try to be like, okay, mom, explain it to me in a way where I know I'm going to understand. Even though he's 15, his brain is pretty much kind of like a 8 or 9-year-old.
Customs and Border Protection said in a statement to the NewsHour that, quote, agents were conducting a targeted operation on criminal illegal alien Christian Alexander Vasquez Alvarenga, a Salvadorian national and suspected MS-13 pledge with prior criminal convictions in the broader vicinity of Arleta. The administration here is denying wrongdoing and saying that this was simply a case of mistaken identity during a targeted operation. What is your response to that?
I mean, they're wrong for that because number one, for my son being a special kid, where in the right mind do they think that he's gonna be gang affiliated? Second, it's like I said, my son doesn't leave my side. And that's for the same reason because my son does not look his age. He looks older. I don't want people to be thinking, oh no, he's not certain age, he's an older person. Maybe she's lying. So for when I heard that they were looking for this person and that he was apparently, Salvadorian. We're not Salvadorians. At this point it's like, what now? Like who's gonna help my son dealing with situation where there's times still that it's hard for me as his mom to wake him up in the morning to go to school. Sometimes he doesn't want to go to school. Sometimes he has good days. Sometimes he has bad days. Sometimes he says he can't sleep. Right now it's a little bit more calmer, but in the beginning when it was recent, I will be driving and just like making sure he was okay. And out of nowhere, he was just getting emotional. So I will pull over and I'm like, what's going on? And he's just like, oh, now like I don't feel safe because now I feel that whenever we're in the street, I have to look at my surroundings.
What message do you have for federal officials?
They just need to be more professional and not just target innocent people. All this that they're doing is unacceptable and just I see all these different videos and it breaks my heart just because I'm like, what world are we living in now? Like even to me that I go out and even though I'm born here, I'm even scared sometimes to go because I'm like, what if they mistake me by somebody that doesn't have papers and I tell them I do and they don't care and they still try to like, grab me in a way where they could hurt me.
You have filed a lawsuit. What is next for you in this incident?
I just want justice and I just want them to take accountability for what they did because, like I said, before all this happened, I feel that my son was a bit different. And now with this whole situation, it's like I said, he has his good moments, he has his bad. And he just tells me, like, no, I don't want to go to school. And no, he's going to go to school. We're going to get through this. And me as his mom and his protector, I mean, I'm always going to make sure that he's good.
Thank you so much for joining us today, for sharing your story and your son's story. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.